Greetings to you today, Friday, and welcome to this Uncensored Guyana. Today is the 12th day of September, and I'm grateful. I'm still celebrating. I'm still in the mood of joy and happiness. I'm still being proud. I'm still enjoying my pride. I'm still wallowing in the ecstasy, euphoria that comes as a result of getting what I want. The climax, the come of my anticipation and expectation and desire as it relates to I wanted the PPP to win and the PPP won. I wanted to say that that's kind of like when you're having sex, when you are about to come and you reach that climax and you get rid of that love juice, we call it. But nah, sex is better. Orgasms are way, way, way better than political win. But you get the point. I'm still enjoying that. I don't think I want to quit the celebration just yet. And we're all having fun. We're all enjoying it. We're all proud of the achievements that all of us as Guyanese, we have together, we put our hands to the plow, and together we made it happen. Our guy, the best man for the job, got the job. He had the job already. All we had to do was just to renew his contract. And that we did. And we did it, and we made a statement so that the others know that, hey, we hired him again. We hired him again. Get off his back. So I'm still enjoying that. I'm having fun. You understand? Thank you again for voting for the People's Progressive Party in your large numbers. Thank you. Before I miss that, I want to extend my grievances for all the people who became homeless as a result of that massive fire there in, is it All Boys Town? In Georgetown, one of the ghettos there in Georgetown. I want to extend my deep regret that those young families will have to suffer that much. But I want to assure all the people there in All Boys Town and all the persons who would have been affected by the fire. Fire don't tell you when it's coming. Sometimes no matter how careful you are, no matter how prepared you are, there are many reasons for fires, many reasons for fires. So we cannot hold it's a human error, whatever it is, it just happens. When it does, what's important is human life was not lost. Houses you can rebuild, cars you can replace, but you cannot replace a human life. So any human life that is lost to fire, it is devastating and painful. But I would assure the people of All Boys Town, the area that was affected by the fire, and all those families, I want to assure you of this. You have a caring president. You have a caring president, a real father, a man that walks after his heart. You have a caring president. And I can guarantee you that your president, whom you have elected, will not go to sleep until he finds housing for all the persons who have lost their houses. who are homeless right now as a result of the fire. I can assure you that your president, President Irfaan Ali, the greatest president Guyana has ever experienced, the man of the moment, the king, the lord of the country, the father, will not stand by and see you homeless, see your children out in the cold. He wouldn't do that. The president and his government will make sure that all of you find housing. All of you. That I can guarantee you. You will get replacement. You will find housing. And guess what? You would not have to pay a rent anymore. You would not have to pay rent anymore. That is how much your father, the president, will take care of you. And in time, the lovely people of Guyana will help you to replace your furniture. Those things can come in time. What's important right now is that you have housing, and your government that you elected, that you stood by, will reach out and assist you 100%. Fear not. The PPP is for the people. I also want to thank Mr. Aubrey Norton for doing the right thing. Mr. Aubrey Norton, I want to thank you for doing the right thing. I had given you 6 months from 2 days ago, but the fact that you have announced your resignation, it's quicker, it's faster than I expected. That is the best thing you can do, sir. Mr. Aubrey Norton, that is the best thing you can do for your people, for the people that you call your people, and build your party back. Build your party back. That is the best you can do. Step aside and allow other persons to take the reign. I want to thank you for making that decision, for resigning, for stepping aside. Give other people a chance. You are a real man, Aubrey Norton. You are a real man, an unselfish, real man. And you have my respect for making such a decision. You can use your experience to advise and counsel whomever comes and assume that role. You can be like a shepherd, but you are better off in the background, behind the desk. You're better off there. Be the foundation. I'm against the fact that I understand that you had a coalition with the APNU, and which would include the WPA, which by consequence means David Hines. David Hines is a disaster. David Hines is worse than you, Aubrey Norton. David Hines is not human. He has used up his humanity. He has exhausted his humanity. David Hines should have no place whatsoever close to the parliament. Before you put David Hines as a member of parliament, put Dougie. If there is Dougie and there is David Hines, I'll say, you know what? Give Dougie a chance. He's young, possibility exists. He can take a course, he can follow a course, he can get some training, he can change in a few years. But David Hines, he's a rotten egg. He's a ganga egg, rotten, stinking man. And he should not be allowed to occupy no place in the parliament. That is a sacred house. That is a sacred house. This is why you keep destroying the party. Dismantle the APNU. Fine, you guys had a contract. I understand. You are legally obliged to do what the contract says. I get it. You had to do that. But you people have to learn from your mistakes. The PNC should operate alone. Don't rescue these other guys. That's what you're doing. You are using the resources of the hard-working people of the PNC to give it to people like David Hines. That seat should not be occupied by David Hines. That should be given to one of the PNC hard, strong, hard-working females. A fucking loser like David Hines, you're gonna help him? That man should be retired. I really thought David Hines had checked in to the old folks' home. I really thought that's where he was. Now he's gonna take that toxicity, that demonic ideas, those evil, all those diseases and curse. He's gonna take it to the parliament and contaminate that house. You keep making mistakes, Aubrey. This is why you really. Anyway, you're gone. That's good. But this is why things like this, decisions like these, you should not have associated the PNC. Niger, AFC went. The AFC went just to stand alone. Forget about APNU. What unity APNU brought? A partnership for national unity to unite who? Who did you unite? You got 12 seats. Who did you unite? There was no unity. The WPA has no supporters. Who voted for WPA? If the WPA had to stand by itself, it would have had a fate. As a matter of fact, they would not have contested the elections. They would not be on the list. But if by some mistake they ended up on the list, they had no candidates. If they had contested 3 regions, they would get 0 votes. David Hines and the WPA are useless. This is not Walter Rodney. These guys are jokers. They're idiots. They're comics. You're going to have him there as a member of parliament to take his racism, his demonism, and defile that house. Even though you had this APNU stuff, he should not have been allowed to go to the parliament. He should not have been allowed. You must have some kind of ethics, some kind of moral, some standard. You keep breaking down, you keep depreciating the value of the Afro-Guyanese. You keep breaking the value of the black man with people like Hines and these others. It is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You both should have quit. You and him. But anyway, bye, Norton. Bye-bye. I don't have to talk about you anymore. Enjoy your retirement. Like I said, you don't need a ticket to go to Ghana or Kenya. I mean, you don't need a visa to go to Kenya or Ghana. Go enjoy the African continent. Have fun. There's some beautiful black women there. And they don't discriminate. They don't. Most of the folks there look like you. So to them, you're handsome. Give it a shot. Amanza Walton-Desir, you are really trying to stay relevant. You are really trying to stay relevant. You are the only loser that continues to pretend that you won. That some injustice was meted out against you, Amanza. You are lucky you have 1 seat. I think that's a mistake. The fact that you got 1 seat, they should really have a recount. I don't see how the heck you got 1 seat. They should really have a recount. That seat that you got, maybe all the guys who are interested in you, they voted for you. Just men and those women who are lesbians. The lesbians and the men who are interested in you, I mean, you're cute. Look, I have to admit it. You understand? If Aubrey Norton was handsome, like President Ali or Jaglio or me, I would say, hey, he's a handsome guy. But the fucker is ugly. So I have to say that. If they have beautiful women, correction, attractive, because Amanza Walton, you're not beautiful. You are attractive, fuckable. That's it. But not beautiful. It's a totally different thing. So Amanza Walton-Desir, in my opinion, that one seat that you got, those votes that you got, are from the guys who just, they're attracted to you and they like your face. And they thought, well, if I vote for her, it's like liking her picture. So those are all the likes you usually get on social media. They vote for you. That's how you get the one seat. But real people didn't vote for you. Real people aren't interested. Amanza, you got to quit while you're ahead. Be thankful at least you can be amongst this. Now you can be amongst the scrapes in the parliament, like David Hines and the Win camp. You can join the team. Be thankful. You should be smarter than that. You keep pulling up some issue. Honestly, you, APNU, Brooms, and all these other people, you lost because black people wanted nothing to do with you people. Black people wanted nothing to do with you. You see what the black people did? They voted for Win and President Irfaan Ali. The smart black people, the smart, beautiful black people, they voted for the PPP. The ugly ones, like Norton, they voted for the Win. You get the votes of the guys who, constantly like to watch at you and they fantasize because you're pretty. Like I said, I have to keep saying it because you are pretty. Should have been a model. Yeah, you should. You're photogenic. Politics is not for you. Politics is not for you, Amanza. I suggested it before the elections when you quit the PNC. I applauded you, good. But I thought you would do the sensible thing and join your sister in the PPP. I thought you would have done the sensible thing, Amanza Walton, and join your sister in the PPP. You make it a family thing. Well, wow. I mean, I thought black women, they're tight with their sisters, they're tight with their relatives. So if your sister is one way, you should just follow. Don't be divided. The PPP is about uniting families. So you should have joined your sister and unite under the PPP. You never know. The PPP also have strong men, very strong men. The men of the PPP, they are so strong that you would think twice to think you can abuse them or beat them. Even if you are taller than them, the men of the PPP, you wouldn't risk it to say you're going to be the man in the family. You wearing the pants, you want to abuse the man, you want to beat the man. No, Amanda. You need a man that can tower over you, that you wouldn't even consider a thought that you can abuse that man or beat that man. It's not my words. I am just saying something. The women who follow the PNC, somehow the PNC don't have strong men. The PNC has weak men, weak men. So men like that, women would beat their asses, slap them around. Yeah. So I can understand if women like you, Amanza, want to beat men, would like to beat men or abuse men or think that they're always the one wearing the pants. I can understand. You need to get out. Shut down the forward Guyana. Forward yourself to the PPP camp. Join, crossover. You can do it. It's not difficult. Folks do it all the time. In the parliament, crossover. Just step out of your opposition seat and walk over to the PPP. Case closed. Because at some point, Amanza Walton-Desir, at some point, you're going to take your pretty ass to the PPP. It's just a matter of time. You're just nagging, nya, 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 nya. You're just nagging right now because you are full of pride. You're full of pride. But when you're tired of nagging and you realize that people are tired of your nonsense, you would have to step down, be humble, be a good girl, stop hitting on pastors, and you would join the PPP. You will do that. Like I said, I'm assuming that tall, attractive, sexy, fuckable women, fuckable means women that you would like to fuck, especially the black ones, like to hit men. They like to beat up on men, slap men around, treat them like boys. It is my opinion, okay? Nobody told me anything. I didn't read anything anyway. I'm just prejudging. I'm having prejudice, okay? I'm now profiling. The same way how a lot of people profile me, I'm profiling. But since I'm talking about Amanza Walton-Desir, and I think you're whining too much, you should get over the fact that you're lucky to get some people to vote for you and go rest your ass in the parliament and shut up. And before the next election, cross the fucking floor and go join the PPP. Before you do that, you're whining. It doesn't look good on you. It doesn't look good on you, Amanza. It doesn't. Move on from it. Good. All this nonsense. The elections is over. The man won. No Indian from India or Pakistan or Venezuelan or Caribbean. Nobody voted for the PPP. The people who voted for the PPP are Guyanese. Guyanese voted for the PPP. Okay? Nobody else. Black people, Indo-Guyanese, Amerindian, they voted for the PPP. Wake up from your nightmare. You and all these other people who lost, wake the fuck up from your nightmare and smell the air that you lost. It wasn't possible for you to even get no seat since you got one and the rest didn't get any. Behave. Join the PPP. We could do well with 37 seats. We could do real good with 27 seats. You're going to be taking me close to my 40 expectation. So if you join the PPP now, we get 37. Well, who else is there? Some of the people from the PNC can cross over too. We don't want anybody from win. I'm telling you now, we don't want anyone from win. They could stay there and fight with Doggy and Odessa and all these people. They can stay there. Yes. Because they have to raise money. I don't think the billionaire will do this. I don't, Smelly Smell, Melissa Atwell, I'm sorry, but I don't think the billionaire is going to pay your bill this time. The billionaire is not going to pay your bill this time. He already paid you a lot of money. Allegedly. This is what these Negroes like to do. Oh, he's alleging that I received money from the yes, you said you received 35,000 American dollars. How much Guyana dollars is that translated to? How much? Let me see if my math is good. 10,000 is what, 2 million? 20,000, 4 million. 30,000, 6 million. 35,000, 7 million. 7 million. You still have to come up with another. Now you're fucked. That's a large amount. You never know. If you prolong the case until the next election, the Win party might need some propagandists And you can say, hey, we'll pay off this debt, pay these people that sued me, and we have a deal. Maybe you can try to prolong it. Appeal the case and keep appealing it and appealing it. Try another GoFundMe. You never know. Try a GoFundMe. You have those dumb, stupid blacks who are gonna send you their money to pay your bill, to pay your settlement fee. And knowing you, you're not gonna pay it. You're gonna pay them lawyers to keep filing extension, extension, extension. Then you can declare bankruptcy, and the people don't get their judgment. But I'm giving you some ideas now. This is what you should file GoFundMe for. You fucked up Balwan Singh Hospital. You destroy their credibility. Yes, you don't do that. That's a holy place. A hospital is a holy place. They save lives. They save lives. That's what they do, regardless of who owns it. The people who work at hospitals, nurses and doctors, they save lives. You don't fuck with their reputation. You don't do that. Police, the military, nurses, doctors, you don't fuck with their reputation. They save and they protect human lives. They are the gatekeepers of humanity. You don't mess with them. You want to mess with people, mess with politicians, like you usually do. Don't go there. Don't go to that extent because of your racism. And all of you pretending to be racist, you're pretending to be racist, but on undercover, you're fucking the Indian guys. Yeah. It's like me. My sister, I'm just I'm giving a scenario here. It's like me. I'm talking how much I hate. Oh, I hate the Chinese. I hate this and I hate that and oh, I hate this. But my sister is fucking a Chinese guy that she has 2 children with. And I go to their parties. I go to their homes. I sleep over there. Me and the Chinese guy that's fucking my sister, we're buddies. But when it comes to the camera and politics, I'm bashing him and his party. I'm talking all this shit in public, but in private, Chinese blood runs in my vein. My sister is married to one. And he's famous. Yes, I'm just saying something. It's a scenario. Okay? I'm not saying my sister's actually dating a Chinese. I'm making a point. Because, if I actually say the thing directly, them Guyanese, them people that they like to sue. And since I am broke, I'm not rich. So I have to know what I'm saying because those niggas like to sue. Yeah. Anyway. Folks, a while back, before that, just in the near future, I think it's tomorrow or over the weekend, we have our king, President Irfaan Ali, will be coming to an official visit to Suriname. He's no stranger to Suriname. He's been there many times. But in this capacity, where the new president of Suriname, the woman, Jennifer Simmons, they're coming to see how best they can speed things up. Look, I've supported the previous president, Santoki. I wouldn't say he's a good friend of mine, but of course, we hang out, so to speak. So I would not join the crowd to criticize the man. He lost, unfortunately. That's it. But he's always treated me with the highest respect, the highest honor. And I've never seen anything on his part that suggests that he was racial or prejudiced. Never, because he always treated me with respect. Whenever I visited his office, the office of the president, he's always humble. Anywhere, I got that respect from him. And he never called me by my name. Always, According to Chandrika, I mean Santoki, I look like a bishop. He's like, you don't look like a doctor, You look like a bishop. Yes, he's funny, Some people say, but he's funny. So he used to call me bishop. He's like, Bishop, you free? If I call him, yes, Bishop. If he texts, I'm like, don't call me Bishop, President. I said, just call me Dr. Love. He said, no, leave it for Bishop. I'll call you Bishop. So, we had our communication, and I have the highest respect for the president, President Santoki. And but like I said, unfortunately, he did not get re-election. And of those of you who knew that I aggressively campaigned for him, I faced the same backlash because there are black people here, same way there are black people there, and it seemed like everywhere I faced this thing with the blacks, But now we have Jennifer Simmons, who's a medical doctor, wonderful lady, great woman. I come around because of the fact that she's the president now. And this is not a female president or a woman. She's the president. All respect due. All respect due. She has my support. She has my honor. And I will do whatever I have to do to support her government, to do what I need to do to encourage and contribute towards the development of Suriname as I would with Guyana. So I hug the idea that we have this great woman now who's been in politics for maybe all her life, is the president and the first president of Suriname. She has an impeccable character, clean record, no scandal, none of these things that they associate with politicians. And she's direct to the point, no bullshitting, no promises, direct. I am happy that her and our president decide to take up this challenge and speed up the process. Last year, I've said that before 2030, Suriname and Guyana would become one economy. Before 2030, I've said it last year, Suriname and Guyana will become one economy. It will be hard to tell the difference. The difference would only be because of the currency and the flag. Well, of course, and the people here, they speak so many dialects, but largely English. So it's a very good thing that there seemed to be a very good chemistry between President Ali and President Jennifer Simmons. Good chemistry. I don't want to say the guy likes older women, but what if he does? They say older the berry. You better you get along with them, right? I'm not going to say these things in the context of these two great individuals. But it's a good combination, and we need to stand behind their initiative. Suriname would be greatly boosted because right now things are very, very, very hard in Suriname. Very hard. Okay, there's no debate with that. There's no question of that. Things are very, very hard. Economically, socially, very hard. So the government has a challenge. They have a real task to try to recruit and try to boost the economy. It's going to take some time. Luckily, we have the oil coming soon, but until then, it is a struggle. Had that bridge been completed over the Quarantine River, had that bridge been completed, the Guyanese economy or the Guyanese people would have greatly, greatly helped the Suriname economy. Right now, the Suriname economy is largely supported or hinged on the Guyanese consumership. When the bridge is finished, the Suriname people would be on the better end, on the receiving end, because Guyanese has a lot of money, And a lot of the Guyanese would prefer to spend their money in Suriname than to book a flight and go to some other country and spend it there. Guyanese want to spend their money to invest in Suriname. They want to invest businesses. They want to buy properties in Suriname. They want to live both sides. Because you can go and come. When the bridge is finished, you can go and come within a day. So you can just drive back and forth in one day when the bridge is finished. That will greatly impact the Suriname society, greatly impact the Suriname society. And since Suriname is very, very harsh on crime, one of the best police forces you can find in the Caribbean, best, they catch criminals so quick before you say, I'm coming, they got a criminal. They have some of the best technology to get criminals. They don't kill the criminals, which I wish they do, but they get them. So the Guyana police force, the Guyana justice system should learn from Suriname when it comes to crime and dealing with criminals. These guys here don't fuck around. They don't fuck around. So you find crime is manageable. There are seasons when it rises, but most of the time it's manageable. It's going down. And now the president of Suriname, President Simmons, she's a man when it comes to dealing with crime. She's a man when it comes to dealing with crime. And this is what I admire her for. When it comes to crime, if I have to choose Santoki and Simmons, I'll choose Simmons. When it comes to their stand and their policies regarding criminals and dealing with crime, I'll choose Simmons with that. So Guyana can greatly be helped by the Suriname policies. So when the bridge is finished, it would be easy to catch criminals, to curtail crime, and both countries would be able to boost each other's economy, boost each other's society, and enhance the quality of life for both countries, because the population of Suriname is, I think, is more than 20%. More than 20% Guyanese. More than 20%. There are people who are second and third generation of Guyanese here. If you should look at all of that, it's like maybe 30%. So it's a large Guyanese population here in Suriname. Large, very large. And they're the ones who own most of the businesses. They're not so much of a huge Suriname presence in Guyana because of the language barrier. They speak Dutch here, speak English there. But now English is a second language here. The bridge is going to help to merge the cultures, merge the nations, merge the countries. So we need to start now appreciating each other, adapting to each other, and welcoming the initiative from both our leaders, President Ali and President Jennifer Simmons, and let us put our prayers together to make sure that that bridge finishes by 2027. If they start the bridge this year, let's say they start the bridge this year, how long would it take? I don't think the distance is as long as the Irfaan Ali River Bridge. I think it's a shorter mileage. So they can very well construct that bridge in a year. Very well, they can very well do that. And if that happens, that's an achievement. That is an achievement. And that is what will happen under our great, great leader. Look at the magnificent Irfaan Ali River Bridge across the Demerara River there. Look at that monument. And then we're going to have the Quarantine River Bridge. Those two monuments, coupled with the fact that almost across the country is paved, asphalt, concrete roads. Across the country, there's international hotels. Across the country, there's high-class hospitals. Across the country, there is high-class education. And then we're going to be having soon our own law university, where the people studying law, they don't have to leave the country to go to any other country to qualify. Under who? President Irfaan Ali. That is what we have to achieve. What he has done, it is second to none in no country. In no country, it is second to. God himself is with that man. And to point out, I never said Irfan is a saint. To be a saint, you have to be like the kid that they made him a saint the other day. The Catholic Church, the Vatican, what's his name? Saint something. 15-year-old boy that died and became a saint. No, Irfan is not like that. Irfan is a politician. Politicians are not saints. The difference with Irfan, with President Irfan, is that he has morals. He has high moral standards. So he has a personality that you might want to say that is decent for a politician, because politicians don't have decent personality. They don't. They're ugly, terrible people. But Irfaan Ali, President Irfaan Ali, he's not in that category. And this is why Guyanese largely back and support their president, because he stands out. And speaking of standing out, I've said it many times, and I'm going to repeat it again because it seems like some people ain't getting this. I will not be holding any position in the President Irfaan Ali cabinet or his government. I will not be. I want to make that clear. And if I say I will not be, it means I am not going to be appointed Home Affairs Minister. So all this nonsense you guys are writing all over the stupid place, it makes no sense. I'm not going to be Home Affairs Minister. And by the way, speaking of which, Kemraj Ramjatan, under the APNU government, he was Home Affairs Minister. And Kemraj Ramjatan is a seasoned lawyer, criminal lawyer, a seasoned lawyer. He was born as a lawyer. When his mother delivered him, he already had his law degree. That's how much of a lawyer Kemraj is. He was Home Affairs Minister. My question is, what has he done for the ministry? How has he impacted policies? How has he impacted programs? What is the status of crime under the PNC? It was up. Terrible under his watch as Home Affairs Minister with all his legal background. And we can say was a professional. His field, his background is law. So you would expect better from a ministry like that is headed by a man who is actually a lawyer. How did that help? So if somebody is appointed Home Affairs Minister and has no background in law, what? Then what? What you need to have is character. To be anything, you don't need to have a background in anything. You need to have a background in character, discipline, law and order, not corrupt, having the countries and the constitution at your heart. That's what you need to have. And then you surround yourself with competent people who can deliver on your policies. That's what you need. It's a team you need to make this shit happen. You think President Irfaan Ali is an expert in health? You think he's an expert in engineering? You think he's an expert in politics or in being a president? No. He surrounded himself with the people that he could trust that are the experts. And they just delivered on his ideas and policies. That's what you need. You don't have to be shit. You don't have to be a doctor to be a minister of health. No. You don't need to. All you need to know is how to identify doctors who are not corrupt, to head certain departments and to do your bidding. So don't worry. When the time comes, if I have to hold any position, that time will come. But I can say for now, I can say as a absolute definitely that I will not be holding any position in the Irfaan Ali administration. I wouldn't. So all of you who think you're nervous, you think that oh my gosh, God, Dr. Love is gonna. No, don't be nervous. Don't worry yourself. I don't want your position. I don't need your job. I'm doing what I do. This is what I do. Okay, I'm a gatekeeper of the PPP. I'm here to make sure that people understand that they have the best party to govern the country and to keep things in line and to expose whatever lies anybody is pushing against our president, our party, and our good citizens in Guyana. That's what I'm here for, and I'm happy about it. Yeah, good. So, did I cover everything? They have this thing circulating. I talked about it some time ago, where people like to say any good coolie is a dead one. I know a lot of the Indo brothers and sisters themselves may not have heard that. So they somehow, when they hear that, they get nervous. They're like, is this person calling for the death of Indo Guyanese? Is this person? No, they're not. I heard that slang as a kid. I haven't heard it in my adult life, but as a kid, I heard it. And I heard it when, black people sit together and they're talking, they're gossiping about Indo Guyanese. They're like, yes, and any good coolie is a dead one. You can't trust them, coolie. You can't this. Blacks usually talk like that, but they wouldn't do it publicly. Now, some of those idiots are repeating it publicly because maybe it suits their following. But when they say any good coolie is a dead one, they're talking about you can't trust an Indo-Guyanese. Let me use the word as they say. You can't trust a coolie. You can't trust a coolie because they will tell you what you want to hear. To get what you have, they're going to pretend to like you. And when they get what they want, or when they finish using you, they turn their back, they abandon you. And that's why they say that kind of stuff. But that stuff, that line, that verse, any good coolie, that came from Bornham. That came from the PNC. And they start pushing that way back then to make the blacks fearful of the Indo-Guyanese. To tell the blacks, don't trust these people because they can kill you in your sleep. That was a racial slang to keep division so that the blacks would not trust the Indo-Guyanese and keep them far from uniting. And it so happened that throughout the generations, it is convenient for them to keep saying it, especially when it comes to political time. Also, I heard from the Indian side that an Indian girl must not have sex with a black man because the black man's penis has what you call plimpler or razors or some barbed wire, something like that. So if it goes into her vagina, it's going to damage it, it's going to bleed, and then she's going to die. I heard that too. So, yeah, seriously. I know you heard it. I heard it too. That the black man's penis has barbed wire or has plimpler, has bori stuff, and so an Indian girl should not go have sex because it's going to damage her. And then if it damages her, then an Indian man wouldn't want her anymore because she's damaged. I heard that crap also as a kid. So that affected me. That affected me. Because when I heard that, I used to when I go and look at what is plimpler? I mean, I look at my penis, I'm like, I know what a plimpler was. So I thought, plimpler? I didn't see it, so I couldn't understand what this thing was about. But it's the same as any good coolie is a dead one, and black man's penis has plimpler, so you shouldn't have sex with him. What I learned Because I asked the question. My first love, let me say, the person who broke me out, my first love, the first girl I kissed, had sex with, saw naked first, was an Indo-Guyanese girl. First. We were both, we're not even teenagers yet. I started early. We weren't teen yet. We both, we were in a relationship, my first. After then, I started mixing, or I started becoming sexually active with black girls late, since maybe over 19 years. But from when I started to 18, only Indian girls, only. And I would hear the stuff from them. They would tell me. Something like, but they weren't stupid. They understood why these things were being said. But it's not that their parents were telling them that. They would hear it in circles and they would laugh about it. That they used to hear these things and they laugh about it. But when finally I decided to ask an older guy, I'm like, why did they say these things about each other? Then he told me. He says, back in the day, when they had this racial thing, to get your daughters to not go mixing with blacks, to endanger their lives, because it was a very tense with the whole massacre thing. The country was really, really tense. So to protect your family, they had to find a way to keep their daughters from going into black neighborhoods or going into, and they tell them, hey, this is what will happen and so on. And he said, but it was all crap. It wasn't, he never did it, but he said he heard about it. And he says it's all crap. But it was said, these things were said because the one side was saying this about the other one, and then the other one had to find some way to say something about the other one. They were just attacking each other with certain stereotype. So yes, it's bullshit. So when you hear people say any good coolie is a dead one, just dismiss that. They don't know what they're saying, and they're saying it because it's convenient for them. They have no idea. But it doesn't mean they want to kill you. It means that they're stupid. They're dumb and uneducated, and they're stupid. So this Lola person and this what's this other idiot name? That was, they caught her drunk driving, and she's driving like she's pissing drunk. What's her name again? I can't believe I defended her at some point. Anyway, those women are bitches. They're thugs, they're gangsters, bitches, lowlifes. So when those people come out and they talk about those things, don't bother with it. Because when you becomes a night owl and you fly out, who do you think they're hanging with? You think those black guys got the money to spend behind those women? Who do you think they're getting their big paycheck from? Indian men. The same men they're cussing, the same men they're talking all these things about, the same people they're calling any good coolies a dead one. It's the Indo-Guyanese that are sponsoring them. The Indo-Guyanese. All of them. The PNC party. Who do you think their sponsors are? All these people who are talking their crap. Who do you think sponsors them? Indo-Guyanese. So, my Indo-Guyanese brothers and sisters, don't bother with it. All right? We are the savior, not just of Guyana, but of the world. Anywhere in the world you go, the people who are most progressive, who are largely contributing to the development of any country, are the Indians. Look at America. The richest group of people in America are not the whites, are the Indians. Look at Europe. Look at England. So don't be offended by these little stupid things that they say any good. No. All Indians are good. The ones who play their nonsense and play that they're racial, they don't even know what the meaning of the word racial is. They're just doing some stupid shit that makes them feel better. but they don't know what it is. They don't know what racism is. You want to know what racism is? Talk to the black man. Indians don't know what racism is. They're just they're just copying and repeating what they see their black brothers and sisters do. But besides that, the Indian man would faster give you his house to live in, give you his car to drive, and give you his food to eat faster. And he would do that to anyone, not just black people, anyone. The black one would question you, a long list of questions. The interrogation can take days before he goes into his pocket and give you something. But the Indian, quick. Don't let it bother you. They talk shit because they have nothing else to say. PNC lost. APNU lost. Forward Guyana lost. All of them lose. They lost the elections to two Indo-Guyanese brothers. Two. Ajudin Mohammed and President Irfaan Ali. Oh, and I want to thank the FBI in America and thank the Justice Department for the quick apprehension of the suspect they were pursuing in connection with the murder of that great man. I think they'll make him a saint. I think they would coronate that man and make him a saint. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk should be a saint. They should give him that title. What he has done for the world is nothing short of miracles. So he deserved to be sanctified, Charlie Kirk. But they caught the man. Today, I think they caught him. All the evidence support that this is the person. Now they have to find out who else helped him or who else is a part of the plot to murder this man. And I hope this man gets the death penalty. Bring back the death penalty. Kill them people who want to kill other people. I hope the death penalty come and they execute that man who was found in connection to the murder of Charlie Kirk. But thanks to the American FBI, the justice system, for that swift apprehension of the suspect. And for Guyana, I'm pushing for that. I'm pushing for a third term, get rid of term limits for presidents, and also bring back the capital punishment. Bring back the capital punishment so that criminals who commit crime, who murder people, should face capital punishment. And if President Irfaan Ali does good in this second term, why would you want to quit? Why would you want to quit the man? Why retire him? Then he'll be 50. By the time 2030, he'll be 50. Still young. Why retire him at 50? Still young. So get rid of the term limit, get rid of it, and bring back capital punishment. Until next time, this is Dr. Love Prasad saying, share this live, share this video, and I want you to comment. Comment in your hundreds, so the algorithm can spread this message. Comment in your hundreds. And for those persons who still want to make sure that they stand behind me, support the work, then contact me via that number there. I always keep forgetting the number. It's 831-9179. That is 831-9179. That is 597. The area code 597-831-9179. Text me on that number. Say, hey, doc, I want to be with you. I want to support you. I want to back you. How can I get it done? I'll tell you how you can get it done. But your best gift to me right now is making sure that you stand with our president, our government. This is not a party thing anymore. This is a one Guyana thing. One Guyana, the Guyana government, the president of Guyana. And let's hope that whoever he chooses for his cabinet are not a bunch of losers. I'm waiting for the official list so I can go through it and see who are winners and who are losers. And no recycling of those former assholes that made you look bad, President Ali. We don't want them back. We voted them out, remember? We vote you in. But that cabinet you had before, we voted them the fuck out. Until next time.